So lately, Kaicenat has been getting hate for mental health grip. Apparently, people are saying he's faking his mental health, or his mental health problems aren't real, and that he's just complaining for no reason. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm new to this drama or this situation, so I just want to see what's going on and give my little opinion about it. But this video is titled, "This Isn't the Same Kaicenat" by Omizi. Shout out Omizi.
Hello everybody, I'm currently on my laptop right now, and I appreciate everybody who's been sending me birthday wishes.
What kind of laptop camera is this?
So
I said, what type of laptop camera is this? It's a normal laptop camera. Is he saying it's high quality or something? I ain't gonna lie, Kai look a little bit different. I think it's because he grew out the mustache. Because before, he had like a little aftershave and then the goatee. But now he fully grew out the mustache. And I ain't gonna lie, I think this looks better on him. Because the little like aftershave and then the goatee was throwing me off. Like, I feel like as a man, if you just grow out a beard without a mustache, that's ugly. It just feels like you got an incomplete fucking... You got all the Dragon Balls, but you're missing one. You got 7 Dragon Balls, but you're missing one, bro. It don't make sense. It don't look right. And that's just my opinion. But it's like, I'd rather go clean shaven than look like a neck beard. Nah. If you gonna have a beard, at least have a mustache to back it up. I like this look better. But hey, that's just my opinion. And to be fair, I have a mustache and goatee just to give you an idea of what I look like, all right?
It's my birthday, so I felt like it was the perfect day to be transparent and honest with you guys. A few days ago, I spread awareness on mental health and how important it is to take care of yourself. And honestly, for the past few months, I've been struggling with mental health out of self-doubt and fright of pursuing goals that I really want to achieve. And the reason I've really been in my head is because I just wanted to do more. I've gained to realize that I'm a true creator and I'm very passionate about creating.
Which is very, very true. I've noticed that from Kai. Like, even before he started making content, like the vlogs that he used to make or streaming, he was making like skits. Even the vlogs he was making was like really cool. It was just mostly skits. So he always had that like actor or film persona to him, where he really wanted to be like an actor or like a film person that makes movies and TV shows. So I could see that with him. I just think maybe he's just like at the pinnacle of his career. He's at the top and he just wants to do something else.
I have other goals and things that I just want to achieve and do more of.
Over the past couple of years, Kaicenat has done something that has ultimately been a dream for a lot of content creators over the internet. He's risen from being that kid in his room talking to a camera, making skits with his friends, all the way up to being a household name and a staple in culture around the world. He's tackled everything from his childhood dreams, from making skits with Kevin Hart to hanging out with LeBron James. He then goes on to break Twitch, and then he disappeared. No more streams, no more posts, no more chaos. And this new Kaicenat, one that I can say that I honestly like, should scare you more than anything he's ever done before. Kaicenat's Mafia-thon 3 literally broke the internet.
Yeah, he did. I was genuinely surprised that bro got over 1 million Twitch subs. Like, you know how much money it takes to get to that point? You know how much like effort? Like, y'all ain't deep in that. I got 0 Twitch subs. I got 0 YouTube members. This dude hit 1 million. That is hard. No, I gotta give him his credit for that, because he's gonna be in the history books. If not the history books for creators, the history books for celebrities, because that is a feat.
Forcing guests, stunts, records. I mean, it was the penultimate of streaming events, something that will never be.
And then skydiving while streaming, like what? How do you even get bandwidth in the air like that? What? Does bro just have like a 5G modem just strapped to his back? Interesting.
He replicated again, but then after Mafia-thon ends, he disappears. No streams since October of 2025. That's 3 months of a break.
I mean, okay. Just to be fair though, when you've done something as crazy as a Mafia-thon 3, and you've done all these insane things like meet with celebrities, all these crazy activities, you might want to break. And especially when you have that much money. Kai is rich. He's a multimillionaire. You're not gonna have as much motivation as when you were hungry and striving and grinding when you were a young kid. He's beat the game.
YouTube uploads besides the collaborations with AMP. No social media posts besides, small segments where we're seen with his girlfriend Gigi as he travels across the world. The longest break that he's taken from streaming has been the 2 weeks after Mafia-thon 2. So for someone who's built a career off of consistency and chaos, this full stop was alarming to a lot of people. The next time we will see Kaicenat is at the 2025 Streamer Awards. And this time it's a little bit different. No more bust down Rolly avalanche, no more iconic dreadlocks, no more chaos, no more screaming. This time he got candid. When he went on stage to accept an award, he even opened up about him and his mental health struggles.
I hope a lot of creators in here and everybody at home and the viewers and the streamers really take care of your mental health. I just noticed that recently I just been going through things in my head, and I was able to, turn to like anime, Death Note, Naruto.
Okay, my guy. I don't even know Kyle was like an anime fan like that. Because I remember earlier in his YouTube career, he wasn't like a huge anime fan. But Death Note is kind of crazy. How you gonna say you're worried about your mental health, but you're literally watching a psychopath kill people with a Death Note? I mean, I get it. It's just to like chill down, you know, watch something relaxing. But Death Note is kind of crazy, bro. Like Light Yagami is quite literally a psychopath. I get he's trying to do it for good reasons, but my nigga is a psych. All right, let me shut up. And then on top of that, like Naruto is just an anime about child soldiers. As much as I love Naruto, and I'm a huge advocate for Naruto, I've been watching Naruto since I was like 6 years old, and I'm 25, bro. So yeah, it's part of my life.
And I just been able to, you know, find happiness within that.
Now, I noticed something about Kai when I noticed that acceptance speech. And it's something that trickled into his latest Twitter post, you know, the one where he celebrated his birthday, talking about the things that he's been going through, the things that he's been changing in his life. It's the fact that he slowed down. I think that's the first thing that stuck out to me. There's no more off the wallness, no more jumping up and down, no more screaming. He didn't bring anybody else up on stage with him to do this acceptance speech. It was just him and his cool, calm, collected, new demeanor, I would say. The next thing that I noticed is that he was very articulate. And this also tracked into his video that he posted on Twitter. At that point, I definitely knew that this was a change from the old Kai.
I'm the baddest bitch that you have ever seen in your life. I can take a nigga like this, but guess what, bitch? I got something to tell you. That little bitch, you can fuck with me if you want it.
That's Chewy. Thanks for the 50 gifted.
But you gotta think though, like the reason why the difference is so stark, because the personality you're seeing right now is probably the actual Kai behind the camera. Kai probably doesn't act like this unless he's on the camera. The reason why he does this on the camera was for him to blow up as a streamer. He had to have this persona to keep people entertained, to get more viewers, to get more, you know, to make more money, to do, you know, to do all that stuff. If he's just sitting down like, all right guys, hey, yeah, all right, ain't nobody gonna care. It's gonna be boring. Dude, like when you're at the top of your career like this, there's definitely gonna be a pivot where you're just like tired of putting on the mask. And I think this Kai right now is just him taking off the mask. And there's nothing wrong with that because that's his true personality. I also think him cutting off the dreads and getting more of like a clean look to him probably added to that too, because now he just feels more mature. He probably feels like, oh, I'm heading towards my mid-20s right now. I'm about to be 25 because he's 24. It's just like he's just trying to mature, and that's good. I actually like that for him. But you know, there's eras to things, you know, like when he was younger, he's gonna be more mature. He's gonna be immature, and he's gonna want to grind to get to the top. And as you get older, once you get to what you want, then boom, you mellow down a little bit. That's life.
Open matters.
I think oftentimes during that entertainment art, while you can make a lot of people happy, you can make a lot of people satisfied, you can touch a bunch of heights with smiles and giggles and all these other things like that, you often lose yourself. I have a side tangent about how streaming has harmed a lot of the creative efforts with a lot of people. You can't like sit back, take time, reflect, you know, put pen to paper and come up with ideas that you would once have. And especially because Kai originates from the era of YouTube where he was putting out full thought out videos. Like you can see in the old YouTube eras where he started a daycare or he had his own petting.
Yep, he was always a creative, and then streaming took over, and then it just made people, I wouldn't say lazy. The thing about streaming, right, it's not that it's lazy, it's just more so less barrier to entry. You can sit down and stream yourself and just play video games and, you know, hopefully gain a viewership off that. With YouTube videos like this and long form content, you have to study how the video is going to be formatted, how to script it, how to make the thumbnail, how to make it entertaining. That's a whole thing in itself. It's higher quality. And on top of that, you don't have to worry about your video performing well or not if you're streaming. If you're streaming, you could stream for like 3 hours, cut like 5 long form YouTube videos from that and like 30 clips and just like spam post on social media. If one thing blows up, that's cool. And then you didn't have to edit or do anything crazy. With a YouTube video like this, you gotta film the video, edit it, make the thumbnail, cut it down so it's optimized to the proper retention, and then you could upload it and it gets like 0 views. All that time just for the video not to perform well as you might have wanted it to. So yeah, that's one thing about, you know, making regular long form videos versus streaming. That's the nuance. And I know from experience, because I know making long form videos on my main YouTube channel, oh my god, that takes so much time, but I love seeing the result when people watch the video. But streaming, I could pump out so much content. And even Agent 00 said the same thing. Why would I go out and film a video just for it not to perform well and spend all that time editing, creating it, paying money to do this, hiring an editor, you know, doing all that when I could just stream? So yeah, it makes sense. But anyways, I'm just rambling.
You know, really thought out endeavors that showed his acting skills, the creativity that he had, and ultimately for the time, it was pretty innovative. But the nature of the beast of Twitch streaming in this new fast-paced era when it comes to content creation is that everything is going at 1,000 miles per hour. You don't get to sit down and reflect on the content. You don't get to spend too much time with your friends and family, especially when
because the content is coming out quick and everything happens quick. Like clips every single day, a new video every single day, blah, 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 and then it's
you're doing these marathon streams and you're doing whatever for whatever gets you the most amount of money. But after years of living that fast-paced lifestyle, Kaicenat seems to be more conscious, more aware, more reflexive of what's going on around him. And I can even notice that with his ending speech from Mafia-thon 3.
I didn't know where 2025 was going to take me, coming up for so many things. I talked about this for y'all a lot. And y'all know, true core mafia, y'all know a lot of the stuff that go on. And I just want to say I love y'all so much for supporting me throughout my years. MGM over everything. Let me get a MGM over everything right now, y'all. It's been an amazing month. And I want y'all to be able to really take care of yourselves, chat. Genuinely work on that goal, work on whatever you want to do, because you can achieve it. I love you guys so much. Work on your health. Work on your friendships, work on your relationships, work on you, and get a closer connection with God, because God is amazing. Without Jesus Christ, nothing is possible. Always remember that.
Now, this seemed to usher in a new age of Kaicenat. One where he's maturing more. One where he is addressing some things that potentially he was self-conscious about and working on his growth and development as a person. He acknowledged on his Instagram that he had been speaking better simply due to the fact that he
started reading. Yeah, that's what happens when you start focusing on your academics rather than entertaining. Your vocabulary increases, your introspection increases, and actually with more introspection causes more curiosity to make you want to learn more about yourself and other people and the world. So yeah, I mean, that's just the nature of taking time to work on yourself and, you know, not being a clown. I'm not saying Kai is a clown. I'm just saying what he does is like a Joker-esque. Like he's clowning on social media so that he can get viewership and like make people entertained. It's not meant as an insult. It's just like a literal definition of what he does.
Been reading more. Something that I know for a fact will help in his pursuit of acting. Another big thing that he addressed was his struggles with mental health.
I just want to let you guys know that sometimes it is important to take care of your mental health, and honestly, it's been getting better. It has, but out of frustration and fear, I just been in my head for some reason. I never had this feeling before, but I want it to be known that I truly want to create. And I don't know if I'm getting mature or I'm just looking things at a broad point of view, but I am so passionate about creating in general. And I'm excited to show you guys what's going on.
I think oftentimes, while it is easy for us to forget because they make so much money, they have fame, popularity, notoriety, etc., is that these content creators are human. Sure, they might not deal with the same everyday struggle.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, people always see content creators as if they're above life or bigger than life type personas. That's just the feeling we get from seeing them on the camera. That's why whenever you see somebody in real life that's a content creator or a celebrity, there's like a surreal feeling you get, because it's like, wow, I see this person on the screen all the time. This guy's a real person. This guy's fake. Yeah, because we see them as bigger than life, but in reality, they're flesh and blood just like us. They shit, they pee, they do all that stuff just like us. You know, when I was younger, I used to like idolize the hell out of my idols, like celebrities and influencers. But nowadays, I'm just like, yeah, it's cool. I think it just happens as you mature. You're just like, well, they're human just like me. They got to do the same shit. They just probably got more money. And I think it's also because I've met a lot of celebrities in my lifetime. I know, I don't know if I told you guys this, but I had an old YouTube channel with like 300,000 subscribers. But with that, I've met a lot of like influencers and I've talked to a lot of celebrities through that. So like, I think I kind of just like got numb to it. I think with more exposure, the more you kind of just like, you're numb to it. But anyways, I'm just yapping.
Struggle that you and I deal with. We're unemployed. Milk is up, gas is up, eggs is up. But they still deal with a plethora of issues. And when I think about all the issues that Kaicenat has had to face this year, it is easy to see how his mental health can be afflicted. Now, I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but we've pretty much covered them every step of the way. The beef with Aiden Ross and the Twitter comms, all the allegations of him supporting things like Israel, the chaotic nature of his friends and who he's aligned himself with. Him being one of the biggest creators in the world means that his name and his face on a title and thumbnail means that your video can have ultimate success. So with that being said, the drama pages have picked up on any little thing he's done and critiqued it to death, you know, only for their monetary gain, but not factoring in how this could affect him. The clip pages, him building the school, all the people that rely on him to show up on a daily basis, etc., etc. Mind you, he just turned 24 years old. Yeah, all those things can weigh on you, especially when you're on camera every single day. Hell, even when he tries to do something positive, be a little bit more candid, show some growth, and people in the community try to give him any praises, they still get criticism for it.
Maybe I'm not rich enough to understand why Cenat is struggling with his mental health. Maybe I'm just not in the same echelon as him, and I don't get how a multi-millionaire who gets money from his fans off of subscribers, who just made $5 million off of Mafia-thon 3, is struggling with mental health. Maybe I just don't understand what the fuck is going on. Or maybe this motherfucker is looking for sympathy for y'all. He hopped on this app and told us he's been struggling to achieve these goals he wants to achieve. All he wants to do is create and just keep creating. Nigga, you didn't create that school yet. You took all this money from all these people and you didn't even make the fucking school. All y'all motherfuckers supporting this kid, bro. You have to stop.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna say money gives you happiness at like only to a certain extent. I understand what he's trying to say, but I think once you've made so much money and done everything you've wanted to do, then there's gonna be like some empty void. You're gonna be looking for purpose in life rather than material possessions. Because let's say like I got rich right now. Dude, I would literally invest all that stuff into real estate, invest it into stocks, you know, give some to family members that have been nice to me and friends that have been good to me, and, you know, do everything I wanted. Once I've completed the game of life, what else is there to do? Then that happiness goes away. The thing I've noticed about life is that you really want something, and once you get that something that you really wanted, you're happy for like 2 seconds, then you want something else. I think that's how it works with money. I am not gonna lie, money does bring happiness, but I think only to a certain extent. If you don't have fulfillment, you're gonna be depressed.
He still found a way to zig when everybody told him to zag. He still found a way to go positive when everybody's preaching and pushing negative. And I already know how this video is gonna go from a comment section from a select group of people, but I can honestly say that it is very refreshing that we can have a creator be this candid and grow like this, and it be shown and praised and celebrated by a selection of his peers.
After the Mafia-thon, this is the least I've ever seen Kai, right? And I'm gonna be honest, Kai is he's a totally different person. Like,
are you sure? Or was he just always like that and he just masked himself just for the sake of entertainment? That's one thing, like, the thing about life, bro, that's one thing I noticed. Like, some people are really their true selves, but they just change themselves depending on their environment. I don't know, but hey, I mean, he's closer to Kai than I am. Who am I to talk?
When Kai came into, and when he came inside the award, he's posed, he's calm. He just, it's like he got tunnel vision, you feel what I'm saying? He has a goal, he's working on clothes, and he's blocking out all the noise. You feel what I'm saying? But Kai was just so happy to see his friends again. He was so happy to see all the other creators again. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he was coming to have a good time. You feel what I'm saying? And he has grown so much. So Kai, he could have took the mic. Kai, he could have responded. He could have said a joke about her. He could have went back and forth. He ain't do none of that. You feel me? Everything that she said, she only was able to get one reaction out of him. She only was able to get one reaction.
The little side eye, that thing is iconic, bro. I got that joint saved on my phone. That meme is iconic.
Out of this man, and it was this face right here.
Yep.
Like, I'm super proud of Kai. Like, we had a long ass talk yesterday and right after awards.
I think one of the problems with the internet is being highlighted in the reception of this latest Kaicenat video. The internet freezes people in time. And what I mean by that is they don't really give you the opportunity to change and grow. Now, I get it from some perspectives. If you are saying anything that is racist, homophobic, transphobic, all that stuff like that, it is very easy for somebody to say, you know what, this is who you always are. But very rarely.
But can't you put the same comparison to people in real life though? The people closest to you are the same ones that are always gonna view you as that person that they knew back then when you changed. Isn't that the same thing with people on the internet? When you are on the internet, your persona is online, so the history of how you are as a person changes all the time. So they're gonna see you as the same person from like 4 years ago to now, because you know you got to keep that consistent persona. I think it's the same thing with people close to you and the internet. I'm not sure if I'm explaining that properly, but
have we ever seen creators go on a different path or different arc where they are allowed to just mature, where they're allowed to put down some of the things that got them to this level, the immature antics, the loudness, the chaos, the jokes, etc., etc., because people always want to put them in this box and it's hard to get them out of it. And the reality is that growth ultimately harms the algorithm. It breaks it. Kai going from somebody who is immature, loud, aggressive, up and down, etc., to somebody who is more calm, more focused, more stable, doesn't do good for the blog pages. It doesn't do good for the commentary channel. It doesn't do good for the clip farmers. It doesn't do good for the...
Exactly, because he's mellow. What do you have to take from somebody that's mellow and is calm? Nothing, because there's no reaction to be garnered from it.
These clip pages that take everything out of context. It means that they can't get their negative clickbaity thumbnails, titles, clips and stuff that are taken out of context out. But it's interesting because they still poke and prod and poke and prod and poke and prod until that creator blows up, crashes out, etc., And then once they're in jail, hospitalized, or, you know, taking a break from the internet, all of a sudden it becomes, oh my gosh, thoughts and prayers, etc., We say that mental health
it's human nature. People only care when something bad happens or when there's money involved. It sucks. Like, if something bad happens, oh, I'm so sorry. If you make money, you need help, bro. If you're successful, it's, yeah. Human nature
matters, but it only matters when a creator slows down and is not visible as much. You know, Agent said something very powerful and interesting about communities and the way that internets can infiltrate and poison them in relation to like how it can affect the creator.
Like, I see how toxic shit gets on the internet, but I just want our shit to be, I don't ever want what we have to go there, bro. Cause it's like, it's so easy for it to go there. It's so easy to you know, let your ego pick a problem with people and stuff like that. Look, I've been making content since I was 12. I love doing this shit, okay? Doesn't matter what form, whether it's fucking Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, we're everywhere, bro. Feel me? I have been making content on the internet for longer than I haven't been making content. It's literally like in my DNA at this.
Yeah, same here, dude. I've been making content since I was like, I would say like 7 years old, and I'm 25. I've been making like, oh my God, that's actually insane. What the heck? I know nothing but this. That's crazy.
It feels weird to not do it. You get what I'm saying? So, but I see how shit is trending and I don't like it, bro.
Yeah.
I don't like it because I don't want to be part of it. It just come with too much bullshit. And I get it. Sometimes the drama is good for views and shit like that. It's a nice stimmy, bro. I'll be honest. It's a nice stimmy anytime you get in drama. Trust me. I think the last drama we got in, the Fredo shit in like fucking 2018. It's a stimmy in terms of views, but I want to preserve what we got here, bro.
All of that stuff that comes with streaming, creating content, YouTube, Facebook, etc., at the end of the day, it may not even be worth it. I don't think we've seen the best version of Kai. And I know that that's hard to say because he's done some of the most record-breaking, outlandish, you know, biggest dreams that anybody could ever dream of when they first go and get their camera or prop up their phone and get a mic and, you know, create a YouTube account and upload a video. I think this next phase will be his best phase. It's not with bigger numbers. It's not with bigger celebrity collab.
It's with maturity. It's with actually giving people proper advice and actually, it's not that he doesn't give people proper advice, but it's just having better intentions with what he's doing and being more mature with what he's doing.
It's not with longer streams. It's not with outrageousness. It's sustainability. It's longevity. It's passion. It's purpose. This isn't about to be some sort of decline that we see. This is going to be a transition into something that is more happy, more healthy, more fulfilling and purposeful. I think the best Kai that we've seen hasn't even been seen yet, but I'm here for the ride no matter what.
I agree. That was a good video. All I really gotta say is, I just wish Kai all the best, bro. All this drama about him, it makes no sense. Like, you try to be yourself and you express yourself and people call you weird for it. But, hey, it is what it is, bro. Don't take it too seriously, Kai. Do what you gotta do and keep moving. There's a reason why you're more successful than them.